or if you can alternatively go onto the Zoom link, which is also on the Zoom or on the Google Doc right there, then you can see what's going on. So you should be able to see tutorial.html. So who needs a little bit more time doing that? Okay. So we should be able to get started in explaining how things work. So this is Devin, for those of you who don't know him. Devin's wonderful.
Hello. How to make a website today, and it's pretty simple. A tag is kind of denoted by this kind of structure, these kind of angle brackets right here. If you can see my cursor in live share, you can see there's some type of like less than sign, and then you have a tag name. What?
Yeah, raise your hand if you can see Devin, if you
Thank
can't
you,
see
Yanni.
Devin moving around on VS Code right now. Okay.
On VS Code.
What?
Yeah, if you can't see it, just go to the Zoom. I'm sharing my screen.
Thank you.
Yeah. So right here, you should see there's some type of like opening tag, which is denoted like so, with a less than sign, the tag name, and then the greater than sign. And then there's a closing tag right here with a less than sign, a slash, and tag, and then a greater than sign. And that just denotes one of the tags. And so tags pretty much just define your content. So what type of content is a certain thing. So over here on this website, you can see we have a title of our website, which is my website title. This is the value. And then you have in the body section, you have this H1 tag, which is a header. And that's just some text that just shows you that this is a tag. And so if you actually open up your browser right now, hopefully it will work. But if you open up your browser right now to localhost 3000/tutorial.html, it should look like this. I don't know how to, it's just on your web browser. It will just be like that. Yeah. It works on your side, right? So this will only work if you're on the code share. Otherwise, you'll have to actually copy down the file and then open it in your web browser. Yeah.
I'll have just, since I'm sharing, I just have an HTML preview up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and if we change this, you change it to whatever text is here. Yeah, so this is your first kind of hello world website. And so through this tutorial, I'm just going to be kind of just showing my love for Mark Zuckerberg, my future boss. And I'll be just creating a blog, a fan site for Mark Zuckerberg, and showing you how you can make your own fan site for Mark Zuckerberg as well. So the first thing about HTML is that you kind of want to know how to put text down, right? How do you have text on a website? Well, we already have this H1 tag, and these H1 tags are header tags. And there's actually 6 of them. So you could make a lot of these different kinds of headers, and it will just change the size if you change the number. So I think it's H1 to 6. So I love Zuckerberg. And then if I just paste out a bunch, and if I change that to 2, you can see on the preview that there's a smaller one. And then if I change it to 3, another smaller one, 4, smaller one, and so on. And I believe there's only 6 of them. Maybe there's 7. But most of the time, you'll only be using H1, H2, and H3. Most people don't use the rest of them because there's just a lot. So these are header tags. And then you have a paragraph tag, which is generally how you want to put the rest of your content. So like paragraphs, these are P tags. This is my content here. My content is I love Facebook. So that's how you create text. And then next up, if you want to learn how to create a link, which is probably the next most important bit, creating a hyperlink from a website to another website, you can use this specific tag called the A tag. Now the A tag is a little different. There's an attribute inside of the A tag, which is href. And the href, I don't know what it stands for, but that's just where the link goes to. So that's the location of the link. So if I change this to about.facebook.com, yeah, link reference. This is my favorite website. Is that what it stands for? Hyperlink? But then it looks href. I don't know. Oh, href, hyperlink reference. Oh, of course. So over here, you have, this is my favorite website. And if you click, this is my favorite website, it would just take you to Facebook. And you could change this href to whatever website you want. You even change it to a relative HTML page. So like if you had another HTML page called like blog.html or shop.html or something from your website, you could actually link to that page. And that's how you have websites with multiple pages, not just one page. Another very important tag is the image tag. Similar to A tags, they also have a attribute called source. And that source is where your specific image file is located that you want to display on the website. So for example, I have in my directory, I have a picture of Zuckerberg right here. So that's how you create a new image. We can keep doing that. You could even do PNGs. And you could even do web links. Let me get this web link. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, so if they don't have the file locally, it's not going to show it. So what you want to do is you want to have a reference or a relative reference to it. So you want to dump your files, your image files, onto the server that you're deploying so that they can actually view that website, or I mean, view that image. Yeah, all good. another important thing is lists. So there's two types of lists in HTML. There's ordered lists and there's unordered lists. Unordered lists are basically like bullet points. Ordered lists are like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can change it to like ABC, whatever. So over here, let's make a list for what kind of people that Zuckerberg likes. People Zuck likes. And we'll make it an unordered list, which is UL, the UL tag. And you can embed tags into one another. So like you could nest tags over and over again. So like over here with the UL tag, you'll have to nest this specific LI tag, which is list item, into the UL. And that will let you create a bullet point. So people Zuck likes lizards, aliens, robots. And you can see that there is a new bullet list here with lizards, aliens, and robots. And now we'll make a list of, I don't know, people Zuck hates. And we'll rank them. So number 1 on the list, who he hates the most. Let's go with Elon Musk, right? Second, Tim Cook, right? And lastly, I don't know, the Winklevi twins. Huh? Oh yeah, all of Congress. Good one. There we go. So great. Now we have a ranking of the people that Zuckerberg hates. And then lastly,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of escape character with HTML? Like, what if I wanted the string open greater than li closed greater less than that? Like, what if I wanted that?
Yeah, there are specific escape characters, but it's different than like in programming languages. In programming languages, you normally escape a character with a backslash. With HTML, you do like there's a specific like character lookup chart. And so for like special characters, you'll have to use like a semicolon and then the name of the tag, the specific lookup. So the specific value. Yeah. And then lastly for HTML, we have forms. So this is pretty important for like getting information, getting input. Like say you wanted to make an email page or like a contact me page. You'd want to have like, someone input their personal email, their message to you, and then when they press the button, it sends you an email. So this is where this would come in handy. And you have a form tag and you have input tags. So an input can have a attribute of type, and that'll tell you what type of input that is. For example, you could have an email. And then you could also give it a placeholder, email. And then over here, you can have a type of text. You give like a body. And another one for submission. And over here, you'll see that there's a new form that's been created with 2 inputs and a submission button. Now, if you click it, it won't do anything. That's for another lesson. But this is just showing you how to build a website. Yeah. So that's pretty much the basics on HTML. Does anyone have any questions before I move on to styling bits? No?
How did you tell it whether it was a little input box or a button?
Oh yeah, so type submit changes it into a button. Yeah. Okay, great. Now this is my favorite part. This is like, kind of painting now. Like once you get really good at, good at like HTML and CSS, it's kind of like painting a really beautiful picture. And this is what we're gonna do. We're going to create a whole like fan submission website for Zuck, right? And so, with all of that stuff from before, it was nice, I guess. Like it was very bare bones. You had images and stuff. There was like no color, no style, right? And that's where CSS comes in. CSS lets us like define styles for our website. And so in order to do that, we use this special tag called style, and you put it in the head. Oh, what the heck just happened? Okay, style, there we go. So in the style, CSS has a totally different syntax. It has a concept of selectors. So you don't want to style an entire website the exact same way. If you give like a single color to all the text, it just makes it look terrible, right? Like if you just give it all red, or like, or if you make the whole background red and like everything red, then you can't see anything. So we have the concept of selectors, which lets you select specific tags and specific classes and IDs on which to style. So for example, over here, if we were to create a selector, so this is the kind of CSS syntax. You have your selector. So over here, I'm selecting p tags. And then I'm going to give it a color of red. Okay. And if I have my stuff here, you can see that there's hi now in red instead of black. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You also have like a concept of like blocks and dividers. So for example, if you want to like style kind of like a block, a rectangle or something, you can create a div tag, and that that's basically a block in HTML that you can do anything with. And you normally just use div or like any of those type of dividers as kind of like style blocks. So for example, if we wanted to create a nav bar, we could use the nav type of div. And we could give it a specific height of like 50 pixels. And if we create a nav here, it won't show anything yet, but you can see that the high tag has been pushed down a bit. Now, if we create this using a background color, let me get the specific color I want. This specific color, you can see we have a nav bar. And then we'll just kind of, go through just like slowly styling this website to make it look better. So we have this nav bar. We want to add like a logo on here. And you have the Facebook logo. And now you can see that, it's way too big. So if we just target that specific image, what's happening? Change it to 100%, and it'll just fit into the nav bar, just nice and snugly like that. Now, I don't really like my logos all the way to the side, so I just like pushing it a little bit, a little bit to the side. And I normally don't like my content all the way to the edge as well, so I normally create a container class. And give it like a padding. So padding will just like, push everything in, give it a little less space. And then you use dot for to target classes, and you use a hashtag to target IDs. So over here, we'll just create a div with a class of container. And we'll put our stuff in here. And we'll just kind of try to make it into like a blog post type of thing. And we'll also give it like a date. So today is April 7th. And now if we give the span a class of date, and then we choose to style it a specific way, I want to make it smaller. So I want to change the font size to like 12 pixels. And I don't really want to make it bold either. So font weight, I'll make it lighter. See, it's coming along. And then we'll give an image, my favorite image of Zuck. And if you give it some text, hello, this is my first blog post about Facebook. Oh, I don't want to keep this being read, so I'll delete that. You can see that we basically have, kind of a really basic kind of blog here. And then if we want to, continue using tags we learned from earlier, we'll create a signature, signing out. We can also create a form for comments. And we'll give it a little space here. And give it a submission. Yeah, and so there you have it, a very basic kind of blog site. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for like that kind of like a very quick rundown on HTML and CSS. Yeah. BR is break. Yeah, it just adds a line break.
Yeah, so does anyone have any questions on that so far?
Yeah.
Template?
Okay, yeah, the template. So we have a template, I believe, is it on the?
It's linked in so there's a repository linked in the doc, which is also at tinyurl.com/makers website too. And if everyone clones that repo, so who does not have the means to clone a repository? Like they have not installed SSH yet. Okay, so everyone has SSH or okay.
Problems with it last time.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, yeah. But you should be able to, for everyone else, you should be able to get to the GitHub repo and then clone it locally and then make edits.
Yeah.
Explain. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much just clone the repo and then create a new repo under your personal account as oh my god, this doesn't username.github.io. So your username is your username. Just to clarify, I made that mistake in high school. So yeah, make a new repo that's like this. Your username.github.io. Huh? So on GitHub, click new repository.
Does anyone need help making a new repository? Anyone else?
No. The bracket's just a placeholder.
Devin, is that be a public repository?
No, it could be private.
Okay, so just make it exactly. You're using private. Oh, sorry. Yeah, wasn't that? You make a public profile. You haven't had any. There you go.
And then that turns into a website that's
Hello. Are you here for the website tutorial? The website tutorial? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need help? What?
But yeah. It is part time.
I could send you a zip file.
well after
Are you Kathy? Okay, cool.
you can just
All right, I slacked you the zip file, so it would just be the same files. Huh? Yeah. What? Oh,
I made a new repository.
Devin. Yeah. You know what's up with this?
Yeah.
Because they there's like an
Yeah, that's gonna be your style. That's makes it pretty.
Yeah.
Images, that's having like photos.
I know. I honestly, yeah, honestly, just do it. Just make the
Yeah, just do it here.
yeah, do it.
But you did.
Yeah, just
Oh, that's totally fine. Because it has
And
the
then
top
index
view.
16.
okay. Just run the repository without anything in it.
You need to run it on, you're not gonna see anything. Double click indexes, you know?
Just takes it to it.
You good?
That's a good template.
Yeah, you're done. Well, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to like you have the first template.
Yeah, just upload those on the repository and then copy over the file.
Not yet.
This.
We will make it.
You have Git on your computer, right?
Yeah. You know that. Happy with it. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so just go into personal website tutorial.
Did you not get it?
Okay. No, just click the next one.
So.
There you go. And all you gotta do is use like VS Code or whatever text editor to just like modify index.html however you like. Yeah, so if you can go on terminal. Yeah, I go into there. Oh, you okay. I like to just
Were you able to find that? Yeah, right. Did you go to the tutorial?
Alright.
It is required. So,
It's crazy.
It won't change so much.
Yeah, so you just in VS Code. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Yes, please.
I just yeah. Eventually, we haven't gotten there yet. It's like right now, you should be like modifying the template to like put all the stuff in there, and then yeah, I should have really made the instructions. But the general idea is you clone the files, and then you just move files onto your username repo, and then you push. Yeah, the repo you just made, you want to just move the files on there. And push. Oh, okay. Yeah. What URL are you? Oh, yeah, go back. I don't know, I haven't done this in a while. But like, go to settings. Yeah. No. It's fine. Scroll down. Yeah. Press the
Your files.
Oh, I guess you have to make it. Yeah.
And copy everything from this one.
Let's go back. You click great. So just go into general. Just go all the way down and then make it public. Yeah. They changed it. Yeah, I say public.
I think I remember.
I know it takes a little bit of time for it to actually. But yeah, I mean, I think it should be fine. It should probably take a few minutes to deploy. But if you just try to like, if you click it and then you just refresh.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Did you deploy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for doing the search engine optimization. Like
What?
that's cool. Or like the search engine.
Oh, the
like,
tags?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
Did you put that in the template?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Devin,
if
it's
you
such a
try-
nice template. I really like
This is a great template.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But if you go onto your website and try to open it incognito and you refresh, it might be better because they'll just like delete the tag over again. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. Or control shift R or command shift R.
For your email.
There you go. Oh, never mind. Command shift R. No.
Wow.
Okay, I guess I don't work anymore. Go on to. I mean, it says it was ready to be, right? Yeah, it's pretty bright.
Actually, it's such an outsider. No, don't say that.
Thank you. But other than that, just like try modifying the template and then like adding your information there.
Yeah. Microphone is right. Like, this is just-
Go all the way down.
And then open it. Okay, so. Now that it's somewhere on. Yeah. I think like,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, what's up? You just open it, like, you just open the HTML file.
We're going to do that. From your repository. Or do you make it your username? Wait, so did I? But you can do Wait, what was your question? Oh. No, it always says available. It's a special repository, which is because it's special. I think it's special. I don't know.
Oh, you're looking.
How would you do it otherwise?
Devin, does it take a minute for it to update on the IO website?
Yeah, normally.
How long?
Normally a couple minutes.
Okay. So it takes a couple minutes for, after you get pushed, it takes a couple minutes for it to update on the website.
Yeah. And I recommend going on the incognito website and refreshing on incognito because that'll show up first because the cache. Yeah, it's like, you know, paper that like you give to people. I said it's paper that you give to people.
Hey, you're not wrong.
For me,
Oh, look at that. So then what do they do with the GitHub that do they copy everything?
Yeah, you just copy the personal website tutorial into there and then that's it. You just push it.
it's like, oh, I don't get a problem with sleep. It's gonna be something I have.
And then copy everything from that first. The other one.
Really?
Copy everything from there. Now going to Patty, now going to.
Not outside. Oh, really? Why? You're such a nice guy.
We're gonna go with this. Yeah, I'm ready. Like, or no, actually.
Why are you scared of it?
Yeah.
Goofball.
That's like when they want.
Oh my meeting someone at seconds.
All right.
But good job. That was a good tutorial.
Thank you. All right. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the template.
Yeah.
Be sure to edit it. Huh? Oh yeah, you add it to the repo and then you just
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then. Yeah. Devin, how long does it take to work?
I will refresh.
How's your?
You know, I changed some stuff, and now
Oh, did you?
I'm trying to get it refreshed. So I can see my name.
Working?
Oh, probably should do that. I'm the mechanical.
So it's Kathy.
What's your name? Kathy. I'm Junior.
Kathy's isn't working, and I have a project meeting in 5 minutes.
So I do.
Good plug. I don't know why it's been working.
Tell them you're JP.
Yeah, that hasn't been working.
So just whenever I'm doing edits, I just type in push.
First, you do it again. And then you tell which file to do. So we're just going to get out of that.
So I'm sorry.
And then you have, then you're gonna still working. Then, okay. Keep your five seconds. And then, he's like,
Yeah, what's up?
whenever you're.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a private repo deal.
just told me.
We need to sit
Did
on
I-
and run.
Did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Scroll all the way down. Change the width. I'll send you slides. And then, like, I need copies.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens.
When does it go? Mine doesn't.
We're actually not looking at it.
Make sure that it's not a private repo, because if it's a private repo, it's not supported anymore. It used to be supported, unless you're a paid account.
Right.
Yeah,
So should we pay?
We have phone it.
if it's technically paid, but it's like a student paid, right? So it's free.
Yeah, so if you have good phone.
Yeah, if you have any form of GitHub higher than normal.
I'm just going on that.
They're gonna take everyone down to 5 gigabytes.
It was unlimited before.
Wait, going, wait,
Google Drive and OneDrive is going away for video accounts in July.
Yeah, you
Terrible.
I will perish, all my stuff on.
That's
Wait, what?
So it's
They're limiting files on GitHub?
Google Drive,
Oh,
unlimited
okay.
is going away.
What?
I dump everything on GitHub. It's like July 1st, everyone goes down to college.
What if I'm already past it?
Yes, for EDU.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we have for the tutorial today. Obviously you're welcome to stick around. Key thing that we were just talking about is if you need to make your repository public in order to for it to update on the website at, for example, or username.github.io, and then it'll show up in a couple minutes. All right, so yeah, thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Devin.
So just for.
Yeah.
So you want to make like, oh, yeah.
I don't know who wants to go first.
Oh, I just have, so what are like the specific